Learn to be silent so that your voice can be heard more. Learn to be patient even though your heart may sometimes be hurt. Your life will be lighter if you can forgive. Forgive others' mistakes. Don't focus on their wrongdoings, because the purpose of life is happiness, not to remember others' faults. Learn to be silent. Do more. Understand in your heart. Don't speak with your mouth if you don't understand. It's better to be confused than to talk too much. It is better to be humble than to show off. Better to praise than to hurt. Better to remain silent than to speak of things you don't comprehend. No one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. It is better to speak less. Learn to be silent. Choose to keep quiet. Develop your thoughts and nurture kindness. Life is like this. Sometimes busy, sometimes exhausting, sometimes very bitter or frustrating, but also sweet and joyful, with warmth and happiness. Life is not simple, but live it as simply as possible. The universe holds many secrets. There are things hard to understand, but sometimes they work in your favor. A power outage, a car breaking down, being late, missing a flight, being left behind, or even being betrayed. Try not to complain or get angry. Everything in this universe comes and goes within its time. Gaining something isn't always a blessing. Losing something isn't always a disaster. Every life has its crossroads. Every person has their own boat. The regrets you feel may turn out to be blessings. In this universe, what is meant to be yours will never belong to someone else. If it is not meant for you, you won't even be able to touch it. When conditions arise, they will gather. When conditions end, they will part. They come with the right conditions, so create many good conditions, and happiness will be yours. The heart is very precious. Make sure to fill it with something beautiful. Time is also very valuable. Make sure to spend it on things that matter. The remaining part of life is just as valuable. Make sure to always keep yourself healthy and happy. Don't demand to be liked by everyone. No matter how good you are, some will say you're cruel. No matter how simple you are, some will say you're complicated. No matter how sincere you are, some will call you hypocritical. No matter how great you are, there will always be people who underestimate you. Realize that you are just an ordinary person who will always meet people who criticize you. No matter how beautiful or handsome you are, you won't make everyone like you. No matter how well you do something, you can't make everyone happy. People will see you differently, not as you truly are, but as the worst version of you. Your kindness is hard to remember. Your mistakes will linger forever. Even if others treat you this way, always remember to let go and be sincere. Never show your weakness. Stay kind. Live simply. Your life is yours, and your happiness is determined by you. No matter how much money you have, it won't prevent death. No matter how beautiful you are, you can't please the Lord of the underworld. No matter how famous you are, you still have to face life and death. Wealth and riches are not as precious as peace and tranquility. Being rich and prosperous is not as valuable as health. Be a person whose heart is sincere and whose character is upright. Be a good person. Perhaps being good will make you suffer. Perhaps being good will hurt you. But what you are doing is what you will eventually reap. The universe will never disappoint you. Your goodness will eventually be rewarded with blessings. What is struck by punishment It's the fact that humans can never surpass the universe. Evil can never defeat goodness. As the old saying goes, someone who goes too far will hurt others. But in the end, the one who will be hurt is yourself. Every harsh word spoken will eventually come back to you. Everything that hurts others, sooner or later, will return like an arrow aimed at you. The universe always knows what people do. A person with a crooked conscience will definitely face consequences. Good deeds and bad deeds will eventually result in outcomes. What you give is what you will receive. How you treat others is how others will treat you. Life is a process. Those who do good have a clear conscience, while those who do evil will feel uneasy, have difficulty sleeping, and lose their appetite. This is cause and effect, which can be felt at any time. You must learn to live your own life. In this world, there aren't many people who care about you. Others will care more about themselves. Realizing that, only you will care about yourself. Don't look too much outward. Understand yourself inwardly. You don't need to worry about what people think of you, because no matter how good you are, there will always be people who dislike or even hate you. This is highly possible. So, what we can do is be kind to others and keep an open heart. No matter how poor your life is, don't speak of it. No one will give you money. No matter how tiring work is, never complain. No one will do it for you. Remember to stay determined in small matters and firm in bigger ones. When no one helps you, stand strong on your own. When you reach 40, you will understand what pressure, responsibility, duty, and strength mean. There will be more worries in your heart. Fear of losing a job, fear of parents getting sick, fear of poor education for your children, fear of suddenly falling ill yourself. The only thing you can do is work hard before your time runs out. Be a strong support for your children and be a reliable parent, because when someone reaches that age, you will become their shelter. In closing, you must remember this advice. There are two people in the world who suffer the most. One is a father, the other is a mother. Fathers and mothers are the parents, the ones who gave us life, who raised us, who sacrificed everything for us. Maybe they didn't have money, but they never let us starve. Maybe they didn't have problems, but they did their best to ensure we weren't bullied. Maybe they weren't capable, but they tried hard to make us comfortable. When your parents are still around, you're just a child. When your parents are gone, who will treat you like a child? Being born human is a blessing. Having parents who always support you is a blessing. And all the things they've done for you are beyond your ability to repay.